Where do I know for sure if this is truly the right partner? This question has been asked since time immemorial. While most of us focus on external features, from appearance and shared values to similar interests, Eckhart Tolle points out a surprising truth. We all overlook the most crucial aspect when choosing a partner. Today, the search for a partner seems more complicated than ever. Dating apps, endless relationship advice, lists of green and red flags, and yet so many people remain undecided or unhappy in their relationships. Why? Because we neglect one fundamental point. In the next few minutes, I will show you an insight that can change everything. Tolle reveals that there are two completely different levels when choosing a partner. Without the second, every relationship is doomed to fail. Imagine meeting someone with great chemistry, shared values, and yet that quiet uncertainty gnaws at you. Have you experienced that? That inner voice whispering, "Is this really the right person?" Those doubts have a deeper origin. We all make the same fatal mistake. We tend to focus on only one level of partnership. Either we search solely for external compatibility or we lose ourselves in spiritual ideals of unconditional love. But what if I told you that both belong together and that one cannot function without the other? Let's start with the first key, a dimension you know but may underestimate. The first level is what is familiar to us, the realm of form. This includes physical attraction, shared interests, similar values, and that feeling of chemistry between two people. Let it be clear, this level is extremely important, no matter how spiritual you might be. It is entirely normal and healthy that we feel more drawn to certain people than to others. We are, after all, human beings, not enlightened masters. Yet here lies the first great danger. If you search only on this level, as most do, you will sooner or later fall into a trap. How do you recognize it? For instance, you might justify destructive behavior solely because of strong attraction. You cannot be together in silence because you feel uncomfortable without constant activity. Your relationship only runs smoothly as long as everything is going well. However, there is a second, deeper level which Tolle calls essential identity. And this insight changes everything. Here we come to the core of Tolle's teaching, the formless dimensions or the deeper identity. What exactly does that entail? Perhaps you have experienced moments of complete stillness with another person, where no words are necessary and you are simply present. That is more than pleasant silence. It is a mutual recognition on a deeper level. Think of someone whose presence makes you feel completely at ease, where you never have to force conversation and silence naturally arises without discomfort. That is a sign of this deeper connection, the recognition of the same essence in the other. Here are some warning signs if this level is missing. A constant need for distraction, an inability to experience true intimacy, superficial conversations dominating everyday life, and a lack of deep connection in difficult times. Now, let's get practical. How do you recognize these two levels in your life? 3 key questions can help you. First, do you feel spontaneously drawn to this person without having to force it? Second, can you simply be with this person without having to do or say anything? Third, are both levels truly present, or are you just convincing yourself that a deficiency does not exist? Tolle also warns of a dangerous trap, excessive attachment. If you become too fixated on the realm of form, be it appearance, status, or personality, you block yourself from the deeper dimension, the inner level. Because as soon as the external conditions change, which is almost inevitable over time, an imbalance arises. True presence and deep connection can only grow if you are also able to let go. He introduces a fascinating test from Ram Dass. If you want to know how present you really are, spend 2 weeks with your parents. By this, he means that the true quality of a relationship only becomes visible over time. Initial infatuation can mask the absence of a deeper connection, or we focus so much on spiritual closeness that we ignore the lack of physical attraction. The crucial point is, you need both levels. Only their interplay gives a relationship real depth and fulfillment. Without the transcendent level, no partnership can last. Sooner or later, one ends up in frustration. When you not only understand but also perceive these two levels in your life, it will transform not only your choice of partner but your entire relationship life. You stop pitting one against the other and understand that true partnership requires both form and depth. Here are a few concrete steps for you. This week, consciously set aside a few quiet moments with your partner. It doesn't have to be long. Start with 5 minutes. Observe how this silence feels for both of you. Does discomfort arise? Then ask yourself honestly, what are we fleeing from with our conversations or activities? Pay attention in your relationships to the times when you cling desperately to external factors, whether it be appearance, certain behaviors, or shared activities. Also, sense whether there are moments of genuine connection, those instances when all that doesn't matter. Practice perceiving the essential identity even in everyday encounters. At the bakery, on the train, or at your workplace. Can you catch a glimpse of the deeper presence behind the role a person plays? The more you practice, the easier it will be in intimate relationships. By recognizing and living both levels in your life, form and depth, you will experience relationships that are more sustainable and fulfilling. If you want to receive even more insights from Eckhart Tolle, feel free to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Stay present, stay authentic, and stay true to yourself.